Liam, just give us your assessment on that one, please.
Lost a game I thought we performed really well in. I think, you look at the first half, I thought we were excellent, but you have to score. I think everything in terms of, you could sense we turned the crowd here a little bit in terms, the noise coming in at half time. I thought everything in terms of how we controlled the game, the areas we got into. I gave the lads a bit of stick at the weekend for not taking responsibility and being brave enough with the ball, and we did all of that first half. We got into great areas, generated a high volume of corners. Stace had a good chance, Oscar had a good chance, a couple of decent half chances as well. And then at the minute, if you don't take those chances, you never relieve that pressure. And we spoke at half time. We knew that they'd change. Second half would look different. We knew John would change it and come out and probably be a little bit more aggressive. And obviously they matched up and just a soft goal again. And then just where we're at the minute, inch to the left and it goes in, doesn't hit the post. That's where we're at.
Yeah, as you say, the goal. The lads are marked again. Stacey's got to do better there on the byline. These are the things you keep talking about, the basics and the focus. That's clearly frustrating for you, but it, when you talked also prior to today's game about maybe you haven't got enough leaders. I mean, is that what we've seen in that second half, that mentality issue there?
I think it's probably just an element where at the minute, because we've, in a poor run of results, naturally you're a bit anxious, you're a bit nervous, and I thought it was one of those. The goal was soft, but there were still elements. I thought we got into some okay areas at times, and you have to problem solve. You have to, under that pressure, step up. And for me, just quality in and around the box. I thought everything was good to that point.
And obviously, towards the end of the game, there that looked like a serious injury for Ante. I appreciate it's just after the game. What can you sort of give us in terms of an update?
Yeah, it looks serious. Doesn't look good. He's quite upset in there. So. Doesn't look good.
Is that knee?
Knee, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you need to get that scanned and assess it. And that's symptomatic of maybe where you are. You must feel as a head coach, all your luck is bad in terms of the injuries particularly.
Yeah, and just something falling for us. Just like I said, we have to create better chances off the set pieces. I don't know how many corners we had tonight, but it felt a huge number and didn't really test them enough for me in terms of for all the good play and all the progression and sustaining attacks like we did. And when you're generating corners, the set pieces are a huge part of the game. So we have to create better opportunities from that. And even then, just something landing to us. It's just where we're at. Nothing's falling for us at the minute.
As you say, I mean, it felt like a big game today. Given that Derby obviously had struggles at home, so coming out of that the wrong side of it. I mean, you're in the bottom three tonight. You don't need me to tell you that. But 2 wins from 11. It can't go on, can it? It needs to change.
Of course, it needs to change. We're in a results business. We have to win games. So, I get every time we lose a game, I'm going to be asked similar questions, right? I think I'm not stupid on that front, but my answer will always be the same, and I'll keep my head down, I'll keep fighting, I'll keep working until told different.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did ask you, what does it feel like? And you said no, that these 2 games were crunch time for you in terms of your status. But the reality is, you see again tonight, the away fans who've been excellent for you, they're not happy. They're clearly not happy, and they express that frustration to you and your players. So you must feel that it's getting to the point almost of no return there, and it's got to turn quickly.
I actually thought during the game they were excellent. So I appreciate the support during the game. I get the response at the end because of where we're at, because of results, because of league positions. I actually think they also got the performance tonight in terms of the lads performed. I don't want to say well, because ultimately it's what you do in the boxes, right? And that for me, we haven't taken chances. So up to a point, we performed well. And then, it's one of those. I totally get it. Trust me, I have to live it 24/7, right? I don't escape, where we're at the minute. So it hurts me like it hurts the fans. It's, something I'm deeply passionate about. I'm obsessed about. I work harder than anybody, and I'll continue to do that. And like I said, until told differently.
Have there been any conversations at all, yourself with Ben or maybe with Mark and the American angle in terms of you and this needs to turn? Has there been any dialogue on that front with you?
Yeah, they're supportive. They're supportive of where we're at. I think don't want to talk of old, but if you look at the form from February onwards, you lose a load of goals in the summer. It's always going to be a challenge, it's always going to be a difficult task. And there's one that I was up for, one that I am up for, one that I'll keep fighting to change. But yeah, that's where we're at the minute. Like I said, everybody's pulling in the same direction. I think, and we have to keep doing that. We have to keep fighting.
Do you feel though that support is still rock solid, in terms of Ben, the executive, and above them as well?
Yeah.
Just ask you about Jacob Wright. You got him got him into the game there in the second half. Has that been a temptation for you at all in this sort of period post this suspension to try and get him into that midfield area, maybe in a search for a little bit more control of the ball there?
Yeah, he's been training really well. I think he's responded. I actually think, look how young he is in his career. I actually think coming out and the suspension probably helped him a little bit. And I think when you look pre-season, Kenny's out injured. He sees an opportunity, desperate to grab it. And I think sometimes you get that with young players. I think I spoke to Jacob about it, where your focus goes, and I actually think the time coming out of the team's probably helped him. And I think a few of the lads, I think similar for Mirko, I think taking him out and putting him back in has helped him. I think Yakov again's performed better. And that when you look throughout the group, we're having to manage that in terms of people adapting to the league and what it looks like. So I was really pleased. I think in when you look at it tonight, we obviously played Kenny in the back line. I thought Kenny gave us really good control. Like I said, there wasn't a huge amount wrong bar not taking chances.
I mean, you must have gone through these periods in your career where it feels you can't do right for doing wrong. I mean, how have you turned it when you faced similar challenges before?
Head down and fight. It's my default. It's my setting. I think and not wavering from what you believe in. I think that's really important. I think you can start going to chase things by going away from what you believe in. But for me, I think I'll like I say, I'll keep fighting. I'll keep pushing the lads. I'll keep stretching them. We'll keep supporting them. We'll keep picking them up. We'll keep holding them to account. We'll keep driving a standard every day. And that for me is the only thing that will change it.
Final one for me. Obviously, in light now of Anti's injury, is the hope that maybe as long as there's no issue in the next day or two, Matthias can come back into the contention for Swansea?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Go on. Just quickly, obviously I know you mentioned about the first half performance, it was more of a positive performance in terms of the territory, or to have the control. Was it just that lack, like the final moment of quality, was that where it was just falling short of it? Like you were getting into good areas, creating good moments in terms of crossing scenarios, it was just that last little bit that was missing? Yeah,
definitely that. I thought, like I said, I thought we had really good variation to our play. We went long in behind, we went through. Sarge had probably the most touches he's had all season. Caused real problems dropping between. I thought we got down the sides. Well, I can't remember the minute, it was a bit later in the first half. Stace had a terrific opportunity for me to cross it early and hits the first man. So I thought it's the hardest part of the game. I think we do a lot of work to get the control that you saw tonight, to get into areas, and then it's that final bit, go and express yourself, go and be ruthless, go and grab that opportunity, and that for me is the bit that was lacking.
Thanks everyone.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, mate.